So we are very excited to have our next guest. She is a talented singer and songwriter who we're big fans of. It's Paloma Mami. Thank you so much for your time.
Hey, thank you guys so much. Wait, are you guys twins?
Yes. And we kind of talk at the same time. It's kind of weird. And we sound the same. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, wait a second. When you guys spoke at the same time,
Okay, so we're 8 months into quarantine, which is like a crazy time we're living in. How have you been navigating the balance between work and like your own self-care life?
Well, I've been really blessed that I, at the moment, have been living in a place where I could kind of have both of those like perfectly. Sadly, like I'm away from my family, but they're all together, so I know that like it's okay because they're all together. I'm the only one that's separated. But I've been in Puerto Rico this whole entire time, and it's been super helpful because in Chile I lived in an apartment. And I wouldn't be able to be so free to go outside and stuff like that. And here in Puerto Rico, it's like any second I want to take like a breath of fresh air, I can. And it's not, it hasn't been so like constricting. Like I haven't gone crazy. Like I haven't had cabin fever like that. So,
so you were in the perfect place with, I'm sure, did you go to the beaches?
Yeah, actually I did, but not for a while because I still am like super, trying to be super like cautious with everything.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, me and my boyfriend, we're like super germaphobe freaks. Like, we have to be safe at all times, like exaggerated. People think we're crazy. So, we have stayed clear from the beaches for a little while, but hopefully.
Yes. No, but at least you had your time to kind of relax and breathe,
Yeah, no, 100%.
And You've obviously been working during this time with the release of QueLoQue with Major Lazer, which we want to say congrats. How did your involvement with the song come to be?
Well, so I basically, I don't know how it came to be, but somebody, I think from Sunny, like, no, actually, I think it was like somebody that I knew gave Diplo my number, and then he wrote to me saying he wanted to work, and I was like in Los Angeles, like justo estaba en Los Angeles, so I went with like my A&R at the time and my sister and another friend, and we all went to the studio, and basically the song just came alive that same night. And the thing was that his studio was like very packed and stuff, and it was like a full house, it was his house, so like he had lots of like studios inside it and stuff. And I'm kind of like a person that I'm really, really to myself, and I like being like in my own little zone and being private, and I like focusing, and his studio was not
that.
It's not, it wasn't bad, you feel me? So then I just I basically just finished it when I went back to Miami, and then I redid it again. I have a million versions of that song.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, that's basically how it came about after like 7 drafts.
And how was your reaction when you got that text from Diplo?
Nothing. I was just like, oh, that's cool. Like, his music's always been really, really popular in Chile, South America, and the US especially. And I was like, wow, that's super cool. Like, it'll be, I know it's gonna be fire.
So having that experience working with, Walshy Fire, Ape Drums, and Diplo, and other veteran producers, but still being somewhat new in the industry, what are some of the biggest lessons you've learned so far?
Wow, I actually don't know. I don't know. I feel like a lesson that I've learned is I definitely just sit back and kind of like to learn from everybody. I take everything as like a lesson, literally. So no matter where it is, no matter who, like it doesn't even have to be somebody of that like caliber of like music and stuff. Like no matter what session I'm in, I'm always going to like take notes. And yeah, you never know who you're gonna learn from. You never know what you're gonna learn, and it definitely has helped me out so much keeping that in mind. Yeah, because definitely in the beginning of my career, I wasn't like that. I was just like, okay, I'm here to make music and that's it. Like, I don't care, like, da da da. But now it's like, okay, I'm gonna see what they are doing. I'm gonna see like what they are interested in, like what their opinions are, and it has helped me so much.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's helped you like and all, from the short amount of time working and growing,
Yeah.
you've learned a lot. I guess.
Exactly. From the short amount of time.
Yeah.
From the short amount of time, yeah, I've definitely learned a lot from.
And it's crazy because you're 20 and you have so much to go through as a musical artist. So seeing you and like watching you, interact and make music, you're very independent.
Yeah.
You're very, I don't know, you're very strong-willed. You're very.
And you're humble too, yeah.
Yeah. So who were some of your like personal inspirations?
Well, I have so many.
I bet.
Since I was younger, I always listened to a lot of Shakira, a lot of Rihanna, a lot of Amy Winehouse. Definitely Christina Aguilera, of course. I don't know, definitely a lot of women and Spanish women in particular that my parents kind of like told me to listen to and showed me, and I fell in love with myself. And yeah, I definitely think those women were big pioneers for me, especially like Shakira and Christina Aguilera, and for me because seeing Shakira do the things that she did, being Spanish, like for me it was like that was like the first Latina that I saw do that at my age. So I was like really blown away, and I was like, wait, like that's crazy, like she has a song with Beyonce, like wow, like
And you can kind of. There's also something that we resonate with you because I know that you lived in New York and you moved to Chile. Yeah. So we were both born in Miami and then raised in Venezuela when we moved when we were like 4 years old. Yeah, but we were smaller. Yeah. As a teenager, I'm sure it was different. How did you, I guess, mold into that, or like kind of, how was your experience moving as a teenager from, New York, which you have your friends there, and then going to Chile, to a whole different country?
No, it was like a crazy experience. I at first obviously didn't want to. Being a teenager, yeah, the age that I was at, it was just like I was 16. It was like a very difficult age, discovering yourself, like it's that age of teenage years. It's like the most important. But luckily, I didn't have such a social life in New York. Like honestly, like I had like 2 friends, like my group of friends, and that's it. So I really did not care. I never went to school. Like I was not interested. So that is what like made it kind of better, because I didn't have to say goodbye to my friends that I'd met. I just missed the city more than anything. And so the only bad thing was like I never had been in Chile more than like 4 months, So for me it was so scary thinking like, oh my God, like everyone's gonna make fun of the way I talk, everyone's gonna make fun of the way I dress, everyone's gonna, I was like super in my head about it, and I just was like so scared. Yeah, everybody was scared. My mom was even scared. Like she was doing it out of like freaking impulsivity. Like she's so impulsive. So she was like, we're going, you haven't gone to school, I'm gonna go to Chile so that I can like stop working and just take care of you, and like literally take me to school every single day, to make sure that I went. I mean, my family is a very like, we're very like siempre estamos muy cercanos, always. So it was always like we always have a really like good connection and stuff. But now being in Chile for so long, it was like even stronger. So that was amazing for me because I miss them so much. Like it's crazy.
You just dropped a new single called For Ya, which is such a beautiful song. It's also very intimate, and the video is amazing.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about that. That's going to be the next song from the album, and it shows like, it's kind of like a whole Fijias vibes, like sad girl vibe. It's a beautiful song. I love it so much.
It's so good. So we heard that this part of a new collection is an EP or an album?
basically the album is finished. We're doing the, finishing touches, which takes a while.
We're excited.
But yeah, everything is like, music-wise, it's done.
That's awesome. We can't wait. So we love a good nail trend, especially your nail art. And it's kind of become your statement piece. La Diva, Evie Queen, she said in a separate interview that you DM'd her, asking her how long it takes her to do her nails. How'd that conversation go?
Oh, yeah. No, we were already talking, and I remember, like, I was, like, getting my nails done right as we were talking. So I was like, oh, like, how long does it take you? And I was, like, going on my 6th hour. And she was like, oh, I'm not there 8 hours. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not the only one. Like, I thought I was being super extra, but she's more extra than me, like, 2 more hours.
So you're turning 21 really soon. We're also Scorpio again because our birthday is this weekend.
Oh. Hey, that's lit. Happy early. Wait, your birthday is this weekend?
Yes, it's this weekend.
Oh my God. Happy early birthday.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm not excited at all. I'm not.
Really?
No, I don't want to turn 21. I don't. I lost this year, man. Like
That's true.
It literally sucks. I think it should be, it doesn't count. And I'm just going to tell everybody I'm turning 21.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
Yeah, I'm still 20. Like, it's not 21 yet, so.
Yeah, you're good. Are you celebrating? How are you going to celebrate it? With, like, are you going to do something special?
No, I'm not. I don't really do anything for my birthday usually, ever. I'm with my family. We eat cake, and we just relax. I'm not a party girl, so I'm probably just going to do the same. I'm going to be in Puerto Rico, though, but I'm just going to hang out, just super chill, eat cake.
That's nice. So, we'll wish you a happy birthday. And thank you so much for your time. We can't wait for the new album. It was so nice to meet you.
Thank you guys so much.